The amount of PS5 that have been pre-ordered is actually insane. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, thank you for stopping by. I'm covering everything next generation, getting all the next gen consoles on day one, and we'll be making tons of videos on those. If you like what you see, hey, maybe consider subscribing, but for now, let's jump into this. So we got some more information on the PS5 pre-orders and basically how many have been pre-ordered, and that it's going to be very hard to get in the beginning of its life. And this headline here says it all. The first 12 hours of PS5 pre-orders match the first weeks of PS4s. Well, it says it all depending on how you look at it. I'm going to jump into that later down in the video, looking at a tweet talking about what that really means. But basically, CEO Jim Ryan says it may well be not that everybody who wants to buy a PS5 on launch day will be able to find one. Now, what does this mean? This means that the PlayStation 5 obviously is a very popular console. Many people want it. Many people aren't going to get it at launch. And Jim Ryan even says here, it may well be that not everybody who wants to buy a PS5 on launch day will be able to find one. Now, that's kind of cryptic. Who knows what that means? Will there be any PS5s in the store available on November 12th? My hunch is yes, but very few units. And to be able to get these units, you're probably going to have to wait outside of the store for a relatively long time to do that, because obviously, like the pre-orders, they're going to go instantly. And this whole next generation launch has been crazy everywhere for Xbox or PlayStation. Pre-orders have just gone like crazy. And I think a few things have led to this. One, I think the hype for this console, from what I remember, is like way more than it was for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And the jump in terms of what you're getting for your money for these consoles is definitely a lot better. I remember the PS4 and Xbox One, there was hype, but it was all right. Like, there was hype, but it wasn't as crazy as I'm seeing this. And I think a lot of this also has to do with the fact that we're in COVID and that we're stuck inside, and that gaming is one of our biggest escapes, because we can't just go out to a restaurant. We can't just go out and do things like we used to do before COVID. But people want stuff to do, and video games now and into the future for a long time are going to be one of the main entertainment sources for a lot of people. So that adds to it. But on top of that, I just think that these consoles, like I said, are a lot more powerful in terms of a jump from last gen to this gen, when it was from the PS3 and 360 to the Xbox One and PS4. It wasn't that massive of a jump if you really look at it, and it was kind of dead on the hype. It was really easy, I found, at least for me, to get an Xbox One and a PS4. There was nothing that you had to struggle and worry about for that. Now, I don't know what the units shipped were for the PS4 and Xbox One compared to the PS5 and Series X and S, but I'm guessing it's a little bit less with this generation than last generation because of COVID, but I could be wrong, especially with this stat here. Now, diving deeper into this, I found this tweet, and I think it's a pretty good explanation as to really what this means from Daniel Ahmad, who is he tweets about the game industry. He's an analyst at Nico Partners covering video game market in China and Asia. And he says here that a couple of points above, it seems that the stat is specific for the US. It seems that the first 12 hours of availability for PS5 is being compared to the first 12 weeks of PS4 pre-orders, not the first 12 weeks after PS4's release. But I think that's really good to point out, because initially reading that headline, that's what I had thought. It isn't matching sales for the first 12 weeks that the PS4 was on the market. It's matching sales for the first 12 weeks that the PS4 was available for pre-order, which really just shows you how early you were able to pre-order the last generation consoles compared to the PS5. I think I remember walking into a Future Shop, which is now Best Buy here in Canada, and just getting like a little PS4 card and pre-ordering it. And I think this was in like June or July. And as we remember, we just got the pre-order of these consoles in September, and it was really badly done. It was just rogue launched, and a lot of people got it because of the way that they did it. Then goes on to say, this isn't a like for like comparison given the above is the US, but it took around 10 weeks for the PS4 to hit 1 million unit global pre-orders. Theoretically, this could suggest that more than 1 million have pre-ordered the PS5 worldwide already. Yes, that's crazy if you look at it like that, if there's going to be an install base of 1 million PS5s already. So this makes me wonder what the pre-orders are for the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S as well. I mean, I don't know if they're on the same numbers as these, but I'm sure it's pretty good, because I know those have sold out everywhere too, which all in all just is good for the industry. It's good for both consoles that the install base is going to be large, most likely on both fronts, but definitely for the PS5 on launch. And CEO Jim Ryan also said earlier that he expects the PS5 to sell over 7 million units by April 2021. With it being so hard to get, I don't know if that's even possible, if it'll meet that or not. But the one thing you got to also realize is that these statements also do come out a lot for investors, because They want the investors to be really satisfied with how the PS5 is going, and they want their confidence to be instilled in them. Anyways, guys, I'd love to know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about these numbers for the PS5 pre-orders? And do you think there's a chance that the PS5 could actually sell 7 million units by April 2021? That's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, hey, maybe consider subscribing to help the channel grow. I'll be getting all the next gen consoles on day one and making tons of videos on those. Thank you guys for all your support and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.